Before we start, leave your like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green hills and dense forests, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Tetimola. From an early age, Tetimola's life was marked by tragedy. Her mother passed away when she was just a child, leaving her alone with her father, a hard-working man who adored her, and a stepmother who was anything but kind. Tetimola's stepmother had little affection for her, and instead of love, she showered the young girl with endless chores and cruel punishments. Tetimola, though small and frail, had a heart full of hope and a spirit that refused to break under the weight of her daily struggles. One day, an exciting opportunity arose. There was a wedding in a neighboring village, and all of Tetimola's friends were eager to attend. Tetimola, too, wished to go, to take a break from her exhausting routine and share in the joy and celebration. However, there was a problem: she had no suitable clothes to wear. Nervously, she approached her stepmother to ask if she could borrow some fine garments. Surprisingly, her stepmother agreed but made Tetimola promise to take great care of the clothes, for any damage would result in severe punishment. Full of gratitude, Tetimola vowed to protect the garments and excitedly prepared for the big day. On the morning of the wedding, Tetimola eagerly unwrapped the bundle of clothes her stepmother had given her. But as soon as she opened it, her heart sank. The beautiful clothes were ruined, full of burned holes and scorched edges. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized what had happened. Her stepmother had cruelly placed an ember of charcoal inside the bundle, ensuring the clothes would be damaged. Tetimola was devastated, knowing that not only would she miss the wedding, but she would also face her stepmother's wrath. With no way to explain what had happened and her friends already gone, she sat by herself, crying softly. Her dreams of joy and laughter had been replaced by a deep sadness, and she felt utterly alone. As days turned into weeks, Tetimola's life became a never-ending cycle of hardship. One day, her father, a devoted man who often left for expeditions to provide for the family, had to embark on another journey. Tetimola felt a heavy weight in her heart as she waved goodbye, tears streaming down her cheeks. The thought of staying behind with her stepmother, who relished in making her suffer, filled her with dread. After her father left, the atmosphere in the house grew darker. Her stepmother increased Tetimola's workload, demanding that she toil tirelessly without a moment's rest. One fateful afternoon, as her stepmother pounded rice with a heavy mortar, she called out, "Tetimola." The girl ran to her side, eager to help. But the stepmother was ruthless, commanding her to wipe the grains spilling over the edge. Each time Tetimola's tiny hands attempted to catch the spilled grains, her stepmother struck her hands with the pestle, punishing her for the smallest mistakes. The pain was unbearable, and tears streamed down Tetimola's face. Despite the agony, her stepmother continued her tirade, insisting that Tetimola use her other hand. As soon as she complied, the stepmother attacked that hand too. The relentless beatings escalated, and soon, Tetimola's entire body bore the brunt of her stepmother's cruelty. When Tetimola could no longer endure the torment, the stepmother took her to the river and, with a heart as cold as ice, drowned her in the depths of the water. In the weeks that followed Tetimola's tragic drowning, her father returned home, blissfully unaware of the dark fate that had befallen his beloved daughter. He journeyed back with a small group of men from the village, and as they approached the river, they decided to stop for a much-needed bath. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the water, and as the father stepped closer, he noticed something extraordinary. A beautiful flower was blooming by the riverbank, its vibrant colors catching his eye amidst the earthy tones of the landscape. Captivated by its beauty, he called out to one of his men, saying, "Pluck that flower, I want to take it home for Tetimola. She would love it." As the young warrior crossed the river towards the flower, an incredible thing happened. The flower began to speak. With a soft, pleading voice, it implored, "Please, tell my father to pluck me." The warrior, stunned by the miraculous sight, rushed back to Tetimola's father to share what he had just witnessed. The father, filled with a mix of hope and disbelief, approached the flower cautiously. "What do you mean, my child?" he asked. To his astonishment, the flower responded, "Father, I am Tetimola." "Lay me on a white cloth, and I will come to you." With trembling hands, the father quickly laid down a white cloth, and to his amazement, a tiny bird emerged from the blossom, landing delicately on the fabric. It chirped softly, and as he gently wrapped the bird up, holding it close to his heart, he wept tears of both joy and sorrow. He had found his daughter again, but not in the way he had hoped. With the precious bird cradled in his hands, he made his way back home, each step filled with conflicting emotions. Upon entering the house, he was greeted by his wife, who feigned warmth and concern, masking her true nature. "Welcome back, my love," she said, her voice sweet as honey, but it did little to ease the father's troubled heart. When he asked, "Where is Tetimola?" she quickly deflected, replying, "Oh, that good-for-nothing girl went out to play with her friends and never came home." Her words struck him like a dagger, overwhelming him with rage and disbelief. In a fit of emotion, he confronted his wife, demanding answers, his voice trembling with a mix of grief and anger. Unable to bear the weight of his sorrow any longer, he banished her from his life forever, realizing that she was the source of his daughter's suffering. Heartbroken but resolute, he hurried to seek out the wise old woman of the village, a figure known for her miraculous powers and deep understanding of the mystical world. He cradled the tiny bird gently as he approached her home, hoping that she could work her magic once more. The wise woman, with her gentle touch and ancient wisdom, examined the bird closely, sensing its true essence. With careful and deliberate movements, she began her incantations, enveloping the bird in a warm glow of light. In no time, Tetimola was brought back to life, her spirit restored and her heart filled with love for her father. When the villagers learned of the extraordinary events, they gathered to celebrate and sing, "Oh, the wonder of Tetimola. A bird speaks, a soldier prays." Their voices echoed through the village, a testament to the resilience of love and the triumph over darkness. From that day forward, Tetimola and her father lived a life filled with happiness and newfound hope, cherishing each moment together and ensuring that the shadows of the past would never haunt them again. Nestled in the heart of the land, towering above the horizon, lies Mount Yingnyushang, the highest peak of the Palm Hills of Nlin. The legend of this majestic mountain is both captivating and shrouded in mystery, a tale woven into the very fabric of the region. The mountain stands proud in Hook Pang village, located in Longlin district, where its imposing presence serves as a reminder of the stories and spirits of those who came before. According to local lore, Yingnyushang, the village at its base, is believed to be the last stronghold where all the Palm clans lived together in harmony before they set out on their journeys in search of food and shelter. The legend unfolds with a time when Yingnyushang was not the mountain we see today but a vast, flat plain where the Palm people thrived. Life was abundant, with the clans coexisting peacefully, nurturing the land and its resources. However, their idyllic existence was disrupted by mysterious occurrences. Children and livestock began to vanish without a trace, sending waves of panic rippling through the community. Each day, parents would return from the fields only to find their loved ones missing, leaving behind a haunting silence that echoed throughout the village. Despite their fears, the source of these terrifying disappearances remained an unsolved enigma, a dark shadow lurking over the once vibrant community. Amidst the rising fear and desperation, a brave man named Mo emerged as a beacon of hope. Known for his unwavering sense of responsibility, he resolved to stay in the village and uncover the truth behind the chilling mysteries plaguing their lives. With a heart full of courage, he sought out a hidden spot, determined to confront whatever danger might be lurking in the shadows. As he lay in wait, he steeled himself for the unknown, aware that his quest might demand the ultimate sacrifice. Days passed, and then, one fateful afternoon, a terrifying creature known as Nangu emerged from the depths of the forest. The fearsome beast bore a resemblance to a yak, its shaggy dark fur matted and filthy, a grotesque reflection of the chaos it wrought. Its most distinctive feature was its long, thick tongue, which hung from its mouth like a muscular appendage, glistening with menace. The monster's tongue was lined with a rough crest and ended in a sharp, hook-like tip, a weapon designed for capturing its prey. As Mo watched in horror, the monstrous creature struck, using its elongated tongue to snatch a child from the safety of the village. In that moment, he knew he had to act. With a fierce determination, Mo Paya Uno sprang into action, wielding his sharp dao with precision. He slashed at the beast's tongue, severing it from its gruesome mouth, which caused a deafening roar to escape the monster as it fell to the ground, defeated. The villagers, witnessing this heroic act, rallied around him, their spirits lifted by the courage displayed by one of their own. The flesh of the fallen beast was carefully sliced into portions and distributed among the villagers, a feast born from tragedy, yet celebrating their newfound freedom from the clutches of fear. However, one widow named Pong Penyala did not receive her share, and her heart burned with resentment, angered and seeking vengeance. The remaining Yamu, the monster's vengeful companion, decided to retaliate against the villagers for the death of its kin. It began to dig beneath the village, causing the earth to tremble and homes to sink, one after another, plunging the community back into chaos. As the villagers scrambled for safety, the old widow, who had not received her share of the monster's flesh, cried out in desperation, "I was never given any of your flesh, nor did I eat any." Her plea echoed through the chaos, reaching the ears of the Yamu. In an unexpected turn of events, the Yamu spared her, allowing her to remain on a high peak of the mountain, transforming her into a guardian of the land. This sacred space is now known as the Big Mountain of Yang, a testament to the trials and tribulations faced by the villagers and the spirits that watch over them. The stories of Tetimola and the brave Mo Paya Uno intertwine, reminding us of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity and the profound connection between love, sacrifice, and the land we call home. The legends of Yushan continue to inspire, teaching us that even in the darkest times, hope can bloom anew, just like the beautiful flower that once spoke of love and loss. As time passed, the tales of Tetimola and Mo Paya Uno became ingrained in the culture of the village, passed down from generation to generation. The people of Hook Pang village began to honor their legends, creating vibrant festivals that celebrated the courage, love, and resilience depicted in their stories. Each year, on the anniversary of Tetimola's miraculous return to life, villagers would gather by the river, adorned in colorful attire, and sing songs that echoed through the valley. The flower that had spoken and brought Tetimola back became a symbol of hope, and people would bring offerings of fruits and flowers, laying them by the riverbank as a tribute to their beloved hero. The festival was not merely a celebration, it served as a poignant reminder of the strength found in unity. Families would share stories of bravery and kindness, recounting the struggles their ancestors faced and how they overcame them together. The children, in particular, were captivated by the stories of Tetimola and the fierce warrior who had saved them from the monster. Inspired, they would dress as characters from the tales, acting out scenes of bravery and compassion, fostering a sense of community and instilling valuable lessons about standing up against adversity. In the backdrop of these celebrations, Mount Yushan stood tall and majestic, its peaks often shrouded in mist, as if nature itself were guarding the stories and spirits of the past. The mountain became a sacred site, and many believed that it was home to the spirits of those who had sacrificed so much for the village's safety. Pilgrimages to the mountain became a rite of passage for the villagers, where they would climb to its highest peak to offer prayers and seek guidance from the ancestors. It was said that those who reached the summit would be granted wisdom and protection, ensuring that their families would thrive for generations to come. However, the legend of Naga did not fade into obscurity. Stories of the monster's ferocity were recounted during the festivals as cautionary tales, reminding everyone of the lurking dangers that could threaten their peace. Elders would gather the young ones around the fire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames, and share tales of Mo Paya Uno's bravery. They spoke of the balance between good and evil, teaching the children that while darkness might rise, the light of courage and love would always prevail. The wise old woman who had resurrected Tetimola also became a revered figure in the village. She would share her knowledge of herbs and healing, guiding the villagers in the art of medicine. Her wisdom, coupled with the legends of Tetimola and Mo Paya Uno, transformed the village into a sanctuary of knowledge, where the young and old alike would gather to learn about nature, health, and the importance of community. Workshops were held, focusing on traditional crafts, agriculture, and storytelling, ensuring that the legacy of their ancestors lived on. As the seasons changed and years went by, the village flourished. The children grew up knowing the stories of sacrifice and bravery, and they carried these lessons into their own lives. The bonds formed during the festivals and gatherings fostered a strong sense of identity and purpose within the community. With the protection of the mountain and the spirits of their ancestors, the villagers were determined to preserve the harmony and love that defined their lives. In the heart of this vibrant community, Tetimola and her father became symbols of resilience and hope, inspiring others to cherish their loved ones and stand firm against adversity. The tales of love, courage, and sacrifice resonated deeply, reminding everyone that even in the face of darkness, the human spirit can rise, shining brighter than ever. As the years rolled on, the legacy of Tetimola, Mo, and the mighty Mount Yushan became intricately woven into the fabric of daily life in Hukpang village. The villagers, now guardians of these timeless stories, began to explore the deeper meanings behind them, seeking wisdom that transcended mere entertainment. They understood that the legends were not just tales of the past, they were valuable lessons meant to guide their actions and choices in the present. Each new generation took it upon themselves to interpret the stories, often adapting them to reflect the contemporary challenges they faced. The village's children, inspired by Tetimola's bravery, learned to stand up for one another and help those in need. They initiated community projects aimed at helping the less fortunate, ensuring that no one would feel the isolation and neglect that Tetimola had once experienced. This sense of collective responsibility breathed new life into the village, fostering an environment where kindness and empathy thrived. Moreover, the annual festival in honor of Tetimola evolved into a grand celebration that drew visitors from neighboring villages and beyond. Craftsmen and artists showcased their talents, creating intricate decorations and vibrant displays that filled the village with color and joy. Food stalls lined the streets, offering delicious local delicacies made from ingredients sourced from the fertile lands surrounding the village. The aroma of spices and baked goods wafted through the air, enticing everyone to indulge in the culinary delights while enjoying the festivities. As part of the celebration, storytellers would take center stage, their voices resonating with passion as they recounted the legends of Tetimola and Mo. Each storyteller added their unique twist, infusing the narratives with their emotions and experiences. Children sat wide-eyed, captivated by the tales of heroism and sacrifice, while adults reminisced about their own struggles and triumphs. These shared stories not only entertained but also strengthened the bonds within the community, creating a tapestry of memories that connected the past with the present. In addition to the festive atmosphere, the village formed a council of elders, tasked with preserving the traditions and values that had emerged from the legends. This council ensured that the teachings of Tetimola and Mo were passed down effectively, making certain that every child understood the importance of compassion, bravery, and standing against injustice. They initiated programs that encouraged mentorship, where older villagers would guide the youth, sharing skills, knowledge, and life lessons. As the community thrived, Mount Yushan continued to stand as a symbol of strength and resilience. The mountain's majestic peaks served as a constant reminder of the struggles faced by their ancestors and the enduring spirit of survival. Many villagers sought solace in its natural beauty, hiking its trails and immersing themselves in the serenity of nature. Each visit to the mountain reinforced their connection to their heritage, inspiring gratitude for the land that sustained them and the stories that shaped their identities. In this idyllic setting, the spirit of Tetimola flourished, reminding everyone that love transcends even the darkest of times. The villagers learned to celebrate life, to embrace their connections with one another, and to face challenges together. They understood that while legends may be born from pain, they are ultimately rooted in hope, resilience, and the unwavering strength of the human spirit. As time went on, the village transformed into a vibrant community where the echoes of laughter and joy replaced the haunting silence that once marked their existence. Tetimola, Mo, and the Big Mountain of Yang became enduring symbols of courage and community, their stories living on in the hearts of all who called Hukpang village home. The legacy of these legends continued to inspire generations, shaping a future filled with hope, love, and an unbreakable spirit. As the village continued to prosper, the legend of Tetimola and the lessons it embodied began to attract the attention of scholars and travelers from far and wide. Historians, intrigued by the rich tapestry of stories and the deep cultural significance of the villagers' traditions, visited Hukpang village to document its history. They engaged with the locals, eager to learn about the origins of the legends, the practices surrounding them, and how they had shaped the community's identity. These exchanges sparked a renewed sense of pride among the villagers, who cherished their heritage and were eager to share it with the world. This influx of visitors brought a sense of vibrancy to the village, as workshops, seminars, and cultural exchanges flourished. Artisans from neighboring regions collaborated with the local craftsmen, creating stunning pieces that blended traditional techniques with modern designs. The villagers also began to participate in storytelling competitions, where they showcased their skills in narrating the tales of Tetimola, Mo Payauno, and the mystical mountain. The stories, once limited to oral tradition, began to be recorded in books, preserving them for future generations. In addition, the village developed a unique art festival dedicated to Tetimola, celebrating not only her story but also the creativity that flowed through the community. Artists from various disciplines, painters, sculptors, musicians, and dancers, came together to express their interpretations of the legends. The festival became a platform for innovative expressions of love, bravery, and resilience, each piece of art reflecting the profound impact of Tetimola's story on their lives. This cultural renaissance transformed Hukpang village into a beacon of creativity, drawing art enthusiasts and cultural connoisseurs from distant lands. The impact of these developments was profound, fostering a sense of interconnectedness within the community. Villagers found themselves increasingly engaged in cultural activities, whether through art, music, or dance. Local schools began incorporating the legends into their curricula, teaching children the values embedded in these stories from an early age. Classroom discussions sparked curiosity, encouraging students to ask questions about their history and heritage. This sense of inquiry not only deepened their understanding of their roots, but also ignited a passion for preserving the traditions that defined their identity. As the village flourished, so did its relationship with the land. Guided by the wisdom of their ancestors, the villagers embraced sustainable practices, ensuring that their agricultural methods respected the delicate balance of nature. They cultivated crops in harmony with the environment, using traditional techniques that had been passed down through generations. This commitment to stewardship not only bolstered their food security but also reinforced their connection to the land, echoing the spirit of the stories that celebrated their ancestors' harmony with nature. In time, the annual festival dedicated to Tetimola grew into a significant cultural event that celebrated the village's heritage and invited collaboration from neighboring communities. Local governments recognized the importance of this festival and began to support it, promoting it as a cultural tourism event. Visitors from all over the world flocked to Hukpang village to experience the rich traditions, vibrant artistry, and the warmth of the community. The influx of tourism brought economic growth, enabling the villagers to invest in their infrastructure and further enhance the quality of life for everyone. Through this transformative journey, the spirit of Tetimola continued to inspire love, unity, and resilience within the community. Her story served as a guiding light, reminding everyone of the importance of compassion, courage, and standing up against adversity. As the villagers faced new challenges in an ever-changing world, they held fast to the values instilled by the legends, fostering a legacy of strength and hope that would echo through the ages. The tale of Tetimola, intertwined with the magic of Yingnyushang, became more than just a story. It was a living testament to the enduring spirit of the village. As they celebrated their history and embraced their future, the villagers of Hukpang knew that they were not just keepers of a story but active participants in a vibrant tapestry of life, love, and community that would continue to unfold for generations to come. As the vibrant festival season approached once more, the excitement in Hukpang village was palpable. Preparations were underway, with villagers decorating their homes and the streets with colorful banners and handmade crafts. The air buzzed with anticipation as musicians rehearsed their songs, and dancers practiced their routines, each performance designed to capture the essence of Tetimola's spirit. The village square transformed into a lively hub of creativity, reflecting the heart and soul of the community. On the day of the festival, the village was alive with energy. The celebrations kicked off with a grand procession, where children dressed as characters from the tales marched proudly, their faces painted with bright colors and smiles. They carried flower garlands, echoing the moment when Temimola's spirit was reborn from the beautiful flower by the river. Villagers sang songs of joy, recounting the adventures of Temimola and the bravery of Mo Payauno, their voices mingling harmoniously with the sounds of drums and flutes. The festival not only celebrated the legends but also emphasized the importance of community, reminding everyone of the strength found in unity. Throughout the day, workshops were held where visitors and locals alike could learn traditional crafts, from weaving to pottery. Elder villagers took great pride in teaching the younger generations, sharing their knowledge and skills as they passed down age-old techniques. This hands-on experience helped to forge connections between generations, instilling a sense of pride in their cultural heritage. It became a cherished tradition for families to gather and create together, fostering a bond that transcended time and reinforced their collective identity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the festival reached its zenith. The villagers gathered around a central bonfire, where tales of old were shared under the starlit sky. The warmth of the flames mirrored the warmth in their hearts, as they recounted stories of bravery and compassion. Mo Payauno's courageous act of slaying Nangu was celebrated as a testament to the power of standing up against evil, while Temimola's story became a symbol of hope and resilience. As each storyteller took the stage, they infused their narratives with their own experiences, ensuring that the legends continued to evolve and resonate with the current generation. In a remarkable twist, a group of young villagers had taken it upon themselves to create a theatrical performance based on Temimola's life. They crafted elaborate costumes and props, dedicating countless hours to bring the story to life. On the final night of the festival, the village square transformed into an enchanting stage, illuminated by lanterns that cast a magical glow over the audience. As the performance unfolded, the crowd was spellbound by the poignant portrayal of Temimola's struggles and triumphs. Laughter, tears, and gasps filled the air as the audience became fully immersed in the story. This production did more than entertain, it sparked conversations about the importance of kindness, courage, and community responsibility. Inspired by the performances, many in the audience reflected on their roles within the village. They felt a renewed sense of commitment to uphold the values exemplified by Temimola and Mo Payauno, understanding that each of them played a part in ensuring their community remained strong and united. As the festival concluded, villagers gathered to release lanterns into the night sky, each one representing a wish or a dream for the future. The lanterns floated upwards, carrying with them the hopes and aspirations of the community, shimmering like stars against the dark backdrop. This symbolic gesture reinforced the village's commitment to honoring their past while embracing the future, ensuring that the stories of Temimola and Mo Payauno would forever guide them. In the years that followed, Hukpang village continued to thrive, marked by a deep sense of belonging and a commitment to their shared values. The legends that had once been mere tales transformed into a living ethos that permeated every aspect of their lives. The villagers understood that the essence of their stories was not just in the events that transpired but in the lessons learned and the love shared among one another. The legacy of Temimola, her unwavering spirit, and the courage of Mo Payauno became a source of inspiration, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, hope and love could shine through. Their story became a beacon for future generations, a timeless reminder that every challenge faced could be met with resilience, compassion, and a strong sense of community. The mountain, standing tall in the background, symbolized their unwavering spirit, its peaks echoing the legends of their ancestors, guiding them toward a brighter future. As the years turned into decades, the legacy of Temimola and Mo Payauno became an indelible part of Hukpang village's identity. The annual festival evolved into a significant cultural event, not just for the villagers but for people from neighboring towns and regions. Visitors traveled from far and wide, drawn by the stories and the vibrancy of the community. The village transformed into a hub of cultural exchange, where diverse traditions and stories intermingled, enriching the experience for everyone involved. With the influx of visitors, local artisans began to thrive, showcasing their crafts in vibrant marketplaces that sprang up during the festival. The marketplace bustled with activity, vendors selling intricate jewelry, handmade textiles, and beautiful pottery. Each item told a story, echoing the spirit of Tetimola and the values of the village. The local cuisine also gained fame, as chefs prepared traditional dishes infused with flavors that celebrated the bounty of the land. The tantalizing aroma of spices filled the air, inviting everyone to indulge in the culinary delights of Hukpang. In this environment of cultural sharing, villagers found inspiration in the stories brought by visitors. They began to incorporate new elements into their own traditions, blending their customs with those from different cultures. This openness fostered a spirit of innovation while still honoring their roots. The storytellers began to include tales from other lands, enriching their performances and inviting discussions about common themes of bravery, love, and the human experience. This cultural fusion brought the community closer together, as they shared in the joy of storytelling and the universal values it conveyed. Moreover, the villagers recognized the importance of education in preserving their culture and preparing for the future. They established a community center dedicated to learning, where workshops on traditional crafts, storytelling, and local history were held throughout the year. The center became a gathering place for families, fostering a love of learning and a deeper appreciation for their heritage. Local historians and elders took turns leading sessions, sharing their knowledge and wisdom with eager young minds. The children learned about Tetimola's story, not just as a tale of a girl, but as a reflection of their values and aspirations. As time passed, the village also began to focus on sustainability, guided by the principles that had been passed down through the generations. With the growing number of visitors, the villagers felt a responsibility to protect their natural environment. They implemented eco-friendly practices in their farming and tourism, ensuring that their beautiful landscape remained unspoiled for generations to come. This commitment to sustainability became an integral part of the community's identity, demonstrating that progress and preservation could coexist. With these efforts, Hukpang Village began to gain recognition as a model for sustainable living and cultural preservation. Scholars and environmentalists visited to study their practices, eager to learn from a community that had successfully intertwined tradition with modernity. The village became a case study in how love for one's heritage could inspire responsible stewardship of the land, proving that the wisdom of the past could guide the innovations of the future. As the legacy of Tetimola continued to flourish, the village became a shining example of resilience, hope, and unity. The stories of Tetimola and Mo Payauno were no longer confined to the realm of legends. They had become a living testament to the strength of community and the power of love. Each child growing up in Hukpang knew the tales by heart, but more importantly, they understood the values behind them: compassion, courage, and the importance of standing together against adversity. In the quiet moments of reflection, the villagers would often gaze up at Mount Yingnyushang, its majestic peaks standing as a reminder of their shared history. They felt a profound connection to the mountain, believing that it held the spirits of their ancestors, watching over them and guiding their path. It was a symbol of their strength, resilience, and the enduring spirit of Tetimola, whose legacy would continue to inspire generations to come. As new challenges emerged in the modern world, the villagers faced them with the same courage that had defined their ancestors. They remained committed to the values they cherished, ensuring that the light of Tetimola and the bravery of Mo Payauno shone brightly in their hearts. And so, the story of Hukpang Village, forever intertwined with the legacy of love and resilience, continued to unfold, a timeless saga of hope that would echo through the ages. As the village of Hukpang thrived, it also faced the inevitable challenges that come with growth and change. With the influx of tourists and the growing popularity of their cultural festival, the community found itself at a crossroads. While the economic benefits were undeniable, the villagers were mindful of maintaining the integrity of their traditions and the natural beauty of their surroundings. They understood that with increased attention came the responsibility to protect what made their village special. To address these concerns, the villagers convened a council that included representatives from various age groups and backgrounds. This council was tasked with developing a sustainable tourism plan that would ensure the preservation of their culture while accommodating visitors. They held community meetings, inviting all villagers to share their thoughts and ideas. The discussions were passionate, reflecting the deep connection everyone felt to their heritage and the land. This collaborative approach fostered a sense of ownership among the villagers, reinforcing the idea that their culture was a collective treasure that needed to be safeguarded. Through these meetings, the community decided to implement several initiatives aimed at promoting responsible tourism. They introduced guidelines for visitors, encouraging respect for local customs and the environment. Signage was placed around the village, educating tourists about the significance of Tetimola story and the values it embodied. Workshops were also created for visitors, allowing them to engage with the culture directly, learning crafts, cooking traditional dishes, and participating in storytelling sessions. These immersive experiences not only enriched the visitors' understanding but also deepened their appreciation for the village's way of life. Additionally, the villagers initiated conservation efforts to protect the natural beauty surrounding Mount Yingnyushang. They organized cleanup drives, planted trees, and restored local habitats, involving both villagers and visitors in these meaningful activities. This commitment to environmental stewardship further enhanced the village's reputation as a model for sustainable living. People began to see Hook Pang not just as a destination, but as a community dedicated to preserving the balance between culture and nature. The villagers also established partnerships with local universities and organizations, inviting researchers to study their sustainable practices and the impact of tourism on their culture. This collaboration not only brought resources and knowledge to the community, but also positioned Hook Pang as a leader in cultural preservation and sustainable tourism. Scholars conducted studies that highlighted the village's success, sharing their findings with a wider audience and inspiring other communities to adopt similar practices. Meanwhile, the legacy of Tetimola continued to inspire acts of kindness and bravery within the community. The villagers created a program that recognized individuals who exemplified the virtues of compassion and courage, those who went out of their way to help others or stood up for what was right. This initiative, known as the Tetimola Award, celebrated the spirit of the girl who had endured so much and emerged as a symbol of hope. The annual awards ceremony became a highlight of the festival, where stories of the recipients were shared, igniting a renewed sense of pride and motivation within the community. As Hook Pang village flourished, it became a haven for artists and creatives, drawn to the rich tapestry of stories and the stunning landscape. The village began hosting artist retreats, inviting writers, painters, and musicians to immerse themselves in the culture and draw inspiration from the legends that shaped the community. These retreats culminated in exhibitions and performances during the festival, showcasing the creative expressions born from the village's vibrant spirit. This influx of creativity breathed new life into the legends, ensuring that Tetimola's story continued to evolve and resonate with each new generation. Through the efforts of the community, the legacy of Tetimola and Mo Payauno not only endured but flourished, transforming Hook Pang village into a beacon of hope and resilience. The stories of courage, love, and unity became a guiding light for all who called the village home, reminding them that they were part of something much greater than themselves. As the sun set behind Mount Yingnyushang, casting a golden glow over the village, the villagers felt a profound sense of gratitude for their past, their present, and the bright future that lay ahead. The tale of Tetimola was no longer just a story. It had become a living embodiment of the village's spirit, a testament to the power of community and the enduring impact of love and resilience. As they looked toward the horizon, the villagers knew that together, they could face any challenge that came their way, forever guided by the light of their cherished legends. As Hook Pang village continued to thrive and adapt, the annual festival dedicated to Tetimola became an emblem of their resilience and unity. Each year, the festival grew in size and significance, attracting not only tourists but also local dignitaries and cultural ambassadors. This attention provided the village with a platform to share their story on a grander scale, amplifying the values they held dear and highlighting their commitment to sustainability and cultural preservation. In one particularly memorable festival, the villagers organized a grand parade to celebrate their heritage. Floats decorated with intricate floral designs depicted scenes from Tetimola's story, illustrating her journey of struggle and triumph. Local schools participated, with students dressed as characters from the legends, reenacting key moments that captured the hearts of the audience. The event was a testament to the power of storytelling, as it reminded everyone present of the virtues of kindness, courage, and community that had shaped their identities. During the festival, a special invitation was extended to neighboring villages, creating an opportunity for cultural exchange. Performers from various regions came to share their traditions, bringing music, dance, and storytelling that reflected their unique histories. This cross-cultural collaboration enriched the festival, allowing villagers and visitors alike to experience a tapestry of traditions that celebrated diversity while reinforcing the common themes of love and resilience. One afternoon, as the sun bathed the village in a warm glow, a renowned documentary filmmaker arrived to capture the essence of the festival and the spirit of Hook Pang. Intrigued by the tales of Tetimola and the villagers' commitment to sustainability, the filmmaker sought to document their practices and the stories that had shaped their community. Villagers eagerly participated, sharing their experiences and explaining how the legends continued to guide their actions in today's world. The resulting documentary garnered attention far beyond the village. It showcased the beauty of the landscape, the warmth of the community, and the powerful stories that resonated with viewers from different backgrounds. This newfound recognition not only brought more visitors to Hook Pang but also inspired other communities to explore their own histories and consider how they could preserve their cultural heritage while adapting to modern challenges. As the village gained fame, the Council of Elders recognized the importance of remaining grounded in their values. They initiated community meetings to discuss the impact of increased tourism and how to maintain the authenticity of their culture. These conversations emphasized the need for balance, ensuring that while they welcomed visitors, they did not lose sight of their roots and the traditions that defined them. To this end, the villagers decided to establish a visitor education program. Local guides were trained to share the history and significance of the legends, providing context for the stories that shaped their identity. This initiative aimed to foster respect and understanding among visitors, encouraging them to appreciate the culture rather than merely consume it. The guides shared insights into the sustainable practices of the village, inviting visitors to participate in eco-friendly activities that preserved the beauty of the land. With each passing year, the bonds within the village grew stronger, as did their commitment to the legacy of Tetimola. The villagers took pride in being the custodians of a powerful narrative that had shaped their identity and instilled values of love and resilience. The Tetimola Award continued to honor individuals who exemplified these qualities, inspiring acts of kindness and reinforcing the notion that every villager had a role to play in upholding the spirit of their beloved heroine. As the community thrived, they also recognized the importance of giving back. Inspired by Tetimola's story of compassion, the villagers initiated a program to support those in need within and beyond their community. They organized charity events during the festival, where proceeds went toward local schools, healthcare initiatives, and supporting families facing hardships. This commitment to helping others further solidified the village's identity as a compassionate and united community, reinforcing the values that Tetimola had come to symbolize. Years turned into a tapestry of shared memories, growth, and unity, with each festival serving as a reminder of their journey. The villagers of Hook Pang understood that the story of Tetimola was not merely a tale of the past, but a living legacy that would guide them into the future. Together, they celebrated their history, cherished their connections, and remained steadfast in their commitment to preserving the values that defined their village. As the sun set over Mount Yingnyushang, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, the villagers gathered by the river, their hearts filled with gratitude and hope. They understood that the essence of Tetimola lived on in their actions, in the love they shared, and in the bonds they forged as a community. With each passing day, they wrote new chapters of their story, ensuring that the legacy of love and resilience would echo through the ages, inspiring generations to come. As Hukpang village continued to flourish, the culmination of their efforts and the enduring legacy of Tetimola became more evident than ever. With the village thriving in both culture and community spirit, the villagers felt a renewed sense of purpose and direction. They had transformed their challenges into opportunities for growth, ensuring that their traditions and values remained intact while adapting to the changing world around them. The annual festival now stood as a beacon of hope and resilience, drawing more visitors each year who came to witness the magic of Tetimola's story brought to life. The villagers had mastered the delicate balance of preserving their heritage while embracing the influences of the modern world. Their commitment to sustainability, cultural exchange, and community support shone brightly, setting an example for others to follow. As the festival approached once again, the villagers prepared for a momentous occasion. This year, they had decided to honor the legacy of Tetimola in an unprecedented way. The Council of Elders announced a special initiative, an annual scholarship program named after Tetimola, aimed at supporting young villagers who wished to pursue education and contribute positively to their community. This program symbolized their belief in the power of knowledge and the importance of nurturing the next generation. On the festival's opening day, a ceremonial event was held to launch the scholarship program. Villagers gathered in the square, their faces illuminated by lanterns that flickered in the evening breeze. The air buzzed with excitement as the community came together to celebrate their achievements and to reflect on the values that had shaped their lives. As the villagers shared stories of hope and resilience, the spirit of Tetimola seemed to envelop them, reminding everyone of the strength found in unity and compassion. During the ceremony, the first recipients of the Tetimola scholarship were announced, bright, young individuals who embodied the spirit of their beloved heroine. Each recipient shared their aspirations and dreams, expressing gratitude for the opportunity to pursue their education and give back to the village. As they spoke, the villagers listened with pride, understanding that the legacy of Tetimola lived on in these ambitious young hearts. As the night unfolded, a sense of magic filled the air. Performers took to the stage, showcasing dances and songs that celebrated the journey of Tetimola and the vibrant culture of Hukpang. The stories were not just told but felt, resonating deeply within the hearts of everyone present. Each performance reminded the villagers of their shared history, their struggles, and their victories, reinforcing the belief that they were all part